coming from that bridge.
Oh no! Why is she crying? Should we go check on her? You know, just in case she's thinking of doing something stupid.
I'd leave her be. The warriors of the Flower Feather Clan are a proud bunch who never show their vulnerability in public, even if they've gone wingless.
Oh, Chasca?
Good to see you again, Traveler and Paimon. Before we carry on, let's get a little further away before Koyer notices us.
So, that girl on the bridge, Koyer, you said? Should she really be on her own right now? With the mental state she's in, it just seems risky.
Don't worry. That's exactly why I'm here. Elder Alpa sent me to keep an eye on her. If she does attempt the unthinkable, I'll swoop in and catch her. I doubt it'll come to that, though. She's a fighter. A warrior, in fact. One who aimed for the sky. However despondent she might feel now, I'm confident she'll get through it. Well, in the Flower Feather Clan, there's an elite flying squad made up of Kukasaur riders. But it's an extremely selective squad. To become a rider, you need to undergo a trial where you not only demonstrate mastery of the relevant skills, but also win the approval of the Kukasaurs. Very few candidates make it through the process. Koyer has spent years training for her most recent attempt, but unfortunately she didn't pass. So it's not hard to see why she's so upset. Sometimes, after multiple failed attempts to pass the flying test and win the Kukasaur's approval, people get so disheartened that they give up on their dream to soar the skies. They resolve to quit trying for good. We call those people the wingless.
Do they get expelled from the tribe?
What? No, of course not. They're still prized warriors. We have a saying. Just as the Kukasaur treasures every feather on its body, so the tribe treasures each one of its children. This hits even harder in the wake of the war. All of our young warriors carry the future of our tribe on their shoulders. Besides, every Kukasaur falls from its nest before it learns to fly. It's practically a rite of passage. Likewise for the wingless, we always hold out hope that one day, when they're ready, they'll rekindle their dreams and keep trying. Until then, all we can do is quietly watch over them from a distance. Just like I'm doing now.
Ah, okay. Paimon hopes she'll get back on her feet soon.
Well, from the sound of her whistling, her confidence has been seriously shaken. No Kukasaur is going to respond to a call that sounds like that. Yeah, people from my tribe call to their saurian companions by whistling or blowing a horn. So it sounds like Koyer was trying to summon a Kukasaur to practice her flying. But the Kukasaurs are an even prouder bunch than our warriors. They would never respond to a lackluster whistle like that. First she failed the trial, and now she's struggling to even summon a Kukasaur. That's only gonna hurt her confidence further. And getting trapped in that vicious circle is the kind of thing that'll make people go wingless.
Surely there must be something we can do to help.
That's very kind of you. Koyer's flying skills are up to par, but mentally she's stuck in a rut. If she wants to return to the sky, she has to overcome that for herself. I'm going to lay low nearby, just in case she takes a turn for the worse. Let me give you a tour around the tribe once this is all over.
Koyer still isn't giving up. Even though Chasca said that she has to do this by herself, Paimon can't help feeling like maybe we can nudge her in the right direction. What if we could get a Kukasaur to fly up to her? That might give her the confidence boost she needs.
Is this really happening? I did it! I summoned one! I was beginning to think you'd all given up on me completely. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Excuse me? Would you mind if we did some flying practice together? Right now? I think I know where I went wrong in the test now. I need to maintain a higher speed on my turns. So, I just gotta practice my bell tail slides and split S maneuvers. Also, I really want to try some stall turns and cobra maneuvers. Huh? That sounded like a whistle. Is someone else trying to summon a Kukasaur? Hey! Wait! Wait!
Do you think Koyer's feeling better now? Let's go back to that bridge and check.
Chasca! I summoned a Kukasaur! They do still respond to me after all! Although, unfortunately, someone else summoned it away again before I had a chance to go for a flight.
Oh, really? That is unfortunate. But if you can do it once, you can do it again. Keep at it, and you'll pass the trial eventually.
You're right. You know, I almost thought about giving up, but I'm glad I didn't.
Hey, Chasca, how's Koyer doing?
Huh? Who are you? And how do you know my name?
These are my, friends. The Traveler and Paimon. You came up in conversation the other day because I was telling them about up-and-coming warriors in our tribe.
Oh, the Traveler, huh? So that's you. What do you mean up-and-coming? I'm closer to being wingless than I am to passing the trial. Anyway, we haven't met before, have we? You look so familiar somehow.
Maybe you saw her in the stadium? Or anywhere, really. She's been all over Natlan lately, so it's not surprising that you've seen her around.
If you say so.
Koyer, Chasca. Here you are. I've been looking everywhere for you two.
Oh, Elder Alpa! What's the matter?
I thought I should tell you myself. We're going to redo the flying trials.
Redo them? How come? This is so unexpected. And I can't believe you came out here just to tell us that in person.
It's embarrassing to admit, but due to time constraints, we didn't do a proper inspection of the arena before the last round of trials began. Then we started to notice many candidates performing worse than expected. So we redid the inspection afterwards and found a number of issues which likely impacted candidate performance. This was entirely our mistake, and I apologize unreservedly. I know it doesn't make up for it, but I thought bringing you this message in person was the least I could do.
Oh, okay.
Chasca, these people you're with, are they the Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? You've heard of us?
I have indeed. Gathering intel is an essential part of being a warrior. Plus, you've already made quite a name for yourself in Natlan. Actually, I've been meaning to invite you to enjoy our tribe's hospitality for some time.
Hospitality? Oh, that includes food, right?
Of course it does. If you let us host you, you'll be treated quite lavishly. Mighty warriors are highly revered in our tribe. Besides, We still owe you for your help during the war. Without you, we would have suffered far worse at the hands of the Abyss. So I like the chance to show you our gratitude on behalf of the whole tribe.
Mighty warriors, plural? So Paimon counts too? Paimon's starting to like you a lot.
That should go without saying. Your flying skills are the envy of our tribe.
The Flower Feather clan seems like a really nice bunch of people. We definitely need to take her up on this offer.
Well, I'd love to stay, but I'm afraid I still have to inform the other candidates about the retrials. With our younger generation's future on the line, there's no time to lose.
Wait, Elder Alpa! Let me help! The sooner everyone gets the news, the better.
Very well. In that case, Chasca, could I leave you to entertain our guests?
Sure thing.
Okay. Let's meet by the Obsidian Totem Pole later. Collier, let's get going.
Okay.
All right, they're out of earshot. I'm just gonna come out and ask. That Kukasaur who responded to Koyer's call, that was your doing, wasn't it? I grew up with these creatures. I could tell something was off the second I saw it. Her whole demeanor seemed less like a Kukasaur and more like, well, you. So I figure you must have been pulling the strings somehow. She looked very flustered when Koyer asked for a ride, so I whistled to give her a chance to escape. And judging by the look on your face, that was a welcome intervention, huh? It's all right. If you'd rather your hidden talents remain hidden, I respect that. I won't press you for answers, and I'll keep my speculations to myself. You're the kind of person I'd still trust even if you had superpowers. I know you'd use them for good. I think the ends justify the means in this case. She just lacked confidence, and you helped her resolve her internal conflict. If you hadn't intervened, I likely would have gotten my mom to help out instead. Although, having said that, there's a small chance she might have recognized her and seen through the whole thing. That would have done more harm than good. Yeah. Anyway, if you're free now, how about I give you that tour I promised?
Ready? I'm gonna get you! Uh-oh. Are they fighting? Should we try and break them up?
They're fine. Just doing their daily combat training.
Combat training? A little young for that, aren't they?
Not to us. We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were the most elite troops in the nation, responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan. And even though times have changed, we've kept our martial spirit alive.
Hey, is that Chasca?
Chasca! You're back!
Oh, can you come train with us?
Now's not a good time, I'm afraid. I'm showing the Traveler and Paimon around. Maybe next time.
The Traveler and Paimon? Wait, you mean that legendary warrior and legendary flying expert?
Legendary? Yep, that's us, alright.
Awesome. It's so cool that you can fly without having to ride a Kukusaur. Even Chasca could only do that for short distances. Miss Traveler, can you teach me some cool sword tricks?
Oh, Miss Traveler! My family's shop makes the best volcano cake! You gotta try it!
Let's behave ourselves, everyone. These people are here as our guests. They're going to meet Elder Alpa in a few minutes anyway. Kotini, Instead of being jealous of other people's talents, why not work on developing your own? Cuphead, there's no point in trying any cool sword tricks until you've mastered the basics. Have you done all your sword drills today? And Yatlan, easy does it, okay? Not every conversation has to turn into you plugging the family business.
Okay.
Sorry about those kids. They just got overexcited when they heard your name. Hope it didn't bother you too much. This is a volcano cake that Yatlan forced into my hands. She said to think of it as an apology gift.
Whoa, it smells amazing! Traveler, you want some?
That's good. Yatlan will be thrilled.
By the way, Chasca, those kids really adore you. You're way better with them than Paimon expected. Paimon figured you'd be more... aloof, maybe?
Aloof, huh? Well, to be fair, there was a period when I was like that. Around the time when I first joined the tribe. But it's a terrible attitude to have as a peacemaker. It tends to turn situations that could have had a peaceful resolution into a stalemate that can only be resolved by force. Yep, exactly. As long as other options are available, I try to avoid that at all costs. Someone once told me that peace imposed by force will crumble in a matter of days. But peace achieved through genuine dialogue actually benefits both sides, even if sometimes the parties are only willing to negotiate because they're both armed to the teeth.
That's true. Hey, Chasca!
Uncle Cusco knows you're back, and he's coming to get you.
Oh, thanks. Traveler, Paimon, got a dash. I'll meet you at the totem pole up ahead. You can't miss it. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Wait, are you running away?
First rule of conflict resolution? Grab the fan and run before the you-know-what hits.
Trust Chasca to make even running away sound cool.
Sorry about this. Just stall him for me, okay? I'll explain everything later.
A golden-haired outlander and a white flying object. You must be the traveler in Paimon. I heard Chasca was with you, but I suppose she's run away again, has she?
Sorry, who are you?
Who am I? Only her father. She's supposed to go for a checkup every 3 months to see how her abyss condition is doing. We both agreed on it. But she's already missed 3 checkups this year. That's 3 out of 4. Yes. She got exposed to abyssal energy as a young child. Then her birth parents abandoned her. It's lucky those wild cuckosaurs found her when they did, or she wouldn't have made it. They took her under their wing and raised her as one of their own. Eventually, some riders out on patrol spotted her and brought her back to the tribe. But she was practically feral at that point. The moment you took your eyes off her, she'd be getting herself into a fight, or she'd run away to be with the Saurians. She seemed to prefer them to her own kind. She might as well have been a Saurian in human form.
That must be the aloof period she mentioned, right?
We later discovered that her exposure to the abyss had planted seeds of conflict in her heart. So, we started trying to bring it under control. But ultimately, she's the only one who can control it. Anyway, she's much more human these days.
Yeah, don't worry about her. She seems pretty stable to Paimon. She's probably only avoiding the checkups because she thinks it'll stop you guys from worrying about her.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. She knows she needs to be careful. If her condition ever took a turn for the worse, she wouldn't be brushing it aside like this. It's just, every checkup she's been to, they find new cuts and bruises. Nothing to do with the Abyss, of course. Oh no, that's all fine. The problem with her is, she's her own worst enemy. She's been living dangerously again. I'm sure of it. That's why she's avoiding the checkups. She wants to hide it from us.
Yeah, Paimon can see her doing that.
Oh. In the past, she always had Koichi to keep an eye on her. Now Koichi's gone, and I don't want to lose another daughter. Chasca's been increasingly reckless since Koichi passed. It's like she's trying to make up for it somehow. Next time you see her, please tell her to be careful for me. Even if she doesn't want to hear it. If she doesn't want to do these checkups anymore, that's fine. I just want her to stop putting herself in harm's way.
Whoa, where did the time go? We should meet back up with Chasca before it gets any later. To get to the totem pole, we need to head north, right? Hey, Chasca! Hey, Alba!
It's all right. I bet my dad talked your heads off, huh? What did he say? I was sometimes a little impulsive back then.
That's putting it mildly.
The memories. It feels like it was only yesterday when we brought you back and had Cusco and his family take you in. Back then, no one imagined this feral child would grow up to be the strongest warrior of the Flower Feather clan.
Huh? You were the one that brought Chasca back to the tribe?
That's right. Elder Alpa was already a veteran rider by then. She spotted me while patrolling from the skies and tracked down my Kukasaur mom. Mom agreed it was time I tried to re-enter human society. But I didn't know the first thing about being civilized. I clashed with everyone who had to deal with me.
And look at you now. Renowned throughout the land as a peacemaker. How time flies. When the day comes that I can't fly anymore, it will be up to you to look after our tribe and our flying squad.
You know me, though. I'm not a natural commander. I'm better off as a lone wolf on the front line. So stick it out at least a few more years, okay? Give Koyer and the others time to come into their own.
Oh, stop.
Wait, so isn't the leader just the strongest warrior in the tribe? At least Paimon figured that's how your tribe would work.
Strength is certainly a core tenet in the Flower Feather clan. But strength means far more than martial prowess alone.
If it all came down to individual strength, I'd struggle to call myself a warrior, let alone a member of the flying squad. Any fighter in the tribe could take me down. Well, sorry to disappoint you. It was something I aspired to at one point. So much so that I went adventuring in the Cinder City, Ochkanatlan, to try and prove myself. But it was foolish of me. I wasn't ready. I came back empty-handed and seriously injured. The fact that I survived was something, I suppose. But after that, I never seriously considered myself a strong fighter.
And yet, you still managed to become the leader of the flying squad, thanks to your experience and determination. All while battling those old injuries. Don't you think that's a display of strength in its own right?
Let's shelve this discussion for now. Traveler, Paimon, there are some simple refreshments on the table. Please help yourselves.
Yes! Paimon was waiting for that part! They were for the snack stomach. The refreshment stomach still has plenty of space. Paimon is so full.
Well, if you're enjoying our hospitality, feel free to stay with us as long as you like.
Elder Alba? There's... something's come up.
Hmm?
What happened? Is it serious? Shall I deal with it?
It's... Some merchants showed up. Not from our tribe. They said they're here to discuss some potential collaboration with us. Why now? This is terrible timing. There are a few wingless that we haven't managed to reach yet, and we still haven't inspected the retrial arena.
Let me handle the other errands while you meet with the merchants. You shouldn't be trying to do everything at your age.
You should help too. Seems only fair after all that food we ate.
Huh. Well, much obliged. Chasca, the remaining wingless are all people you know. Let's see. Pishika now manages the floating target balloons. Waska's probably still addicted to eyes on the feathered prize, and Junon spends her days up on the flying platform, staring at the Cinder City. I'll leave you to tell them the news.
Are you sure you don't want to reconsider, Pashika?
I appreciate it, boss. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with my life nowadays.
Pashika, they're redoing the flying trials. Huh? Utoda?
Ah, did Alpa send you? I was just telling Pashika the news, actually. The way things are with the tribe these days? I mean, you don't need me to tell you. This here is no future for a seasoned warrior like you.
Ah, come on, boss. Do you have any idea how long it's been? I've been wingless for years now. I'm not cut out for that anymore. Of course, I'll do my part if we ever need to defend the tribe. But there's really no point in me trying out for the flying squad now. I've already made my peace with it. Not everyone has what it takes to return to the sky after going wingless. Elder Alpa's perseverance is something else. And it's okay if I'm not destined for greatness. I might not have the Kukasaur's approval, but with my hot air balloons, I can still reach the skies. Handling these balloons every day, seeing how the customers react, the looks on their faces, that's enough for me.
Finding something you love doing can be just as hard as passing the flying trial. It's worth holding on to.
Fair enough. It's your choice. I won't force you.
Oh, by the way, you should try taking a balloon ride if you've got the time. Once you've been up there for yourself, you'll see why I love it so much. No problem. If you ever want to give it a try, you know where to find me.
A retrial? What's the point? I pretty much treat life like it's a game. No Kukasaur's ever going to approve of that, no matter how many times I try.
Waskar, I can assure you, Kukasaurus wouldn't judge you for something like that.
Well, they must be judging me for something. Maybe I lack fighting spirit, or just don't have the talent. Not everyone's a natural like you. Don't waste your time on me. You'll have better luck with the ones who still have their heads in the clouds. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna treat myself to a few more games of Eyes on the Feathered Prize.
Yeesh, there's wingless, then there's being a total lost cause.
He used to be a fierce warrior, actually. But fighting spirit alone won't win you the Kukasaur's approval.
Are all Kukasaurs so strict? The ones in floating target balloons and Eyes on the Feathered Prize seem pretty chilled out.
It's one thing to hang out and have fun, but quite another to take to the skies with a human life on your back. Giving a ride to someone who's unqualified endangers not only the rider, but also the Kukasaur themselves. If the rider makes a mistake, they both suffer the consequences. So we have a mutual understanding with the Kukasaurs. If someone isn't up to standard, we have to reject them. Even if it means breaking their hearts.